Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? Chris here from Big Sports News, Axe Rotation, however the flip you know me on these interwebs. And today I'm going to be bringing you guys a quick preview of what to expect going into our second Pro-Am in the history of the CDL. Of course, that being 2026's offering tomorrow at DreamHack in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia, my hometown. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the intro as always. And yeah, as a quick agenda setting thing, someone in the comments asked me last week, forget what your name was, my friend, but I will try to credit you on screen here. How do I pick the best players in Call of Duty for prize picks and other fantasy sports? So if you guys didn't know, let's go to the channel. SN Chris, you already know where you are. You are here. Okay, so this is yesterday's upload, just clearing through all of my backlog. But anyways, the thing that I wanted to get to is here in the description, which is the WAP to join Map Control, which is our Discord server. We actually have basically just started a little free run until we hit a certain amount in the cord. So it's actually free, not $15 right now. So if you guys want to get in right now, I'm a capper in there. I'll be offering COD tomorrow, and I offer COD every week. So that's how I offer it to you guys. You know, I don't want to offer it on my website. I don't like offering it here on YouTube just because a lot of people are anti-gambling, and I understand. I'm not the biggest gambling person either. I do dollar per pick, and I cycle on and off, so I get it. I'm not trying to hear motherfuckers talking about, oh, my shit didn't hit. Like, bro, shut up. So, this is how you look at it. This is codstats.com. Shout out to my homie Term. As you guys know, code FSN Chris on COD Stats on sign up, and you get some extra G Stakes creds to use to wager on the matches, which, let's go to G Stake. So yeah, you can wager on CDL, you can wager on challengers, you can wager on smaller leagues. We got it all here. So yeah, this is for the Pro-Am tomorrow. I'm going to place my picks after I do this video. Just want to show you guys that before I show you the player picker. So one of the things I like on COD Stats is that Turnt has a lot of different ways to sort. You can sort through the players with the highest win count. You can see OpTic is sitting at 87 and 42, which is absurd, right? 87 and 42 map win or win losses, insane. 20, you could sort by total kills, who has the most kills, who has the most deaths for unders, damage. That's not helpful for prize picks and things, but one thing that is helpful is this trend analysis, right? So if you look at impact ratings, you can see players' trend analyses, how they've been performing over time. This is one of the metrics I really like to use, the trend analyses chart right here, because it tells you how a player is performing over time, right? So you can go to their page and then check out their KD trends as well. So if you guys are prize picks, people who like doing the KDs and not necessarily just the 1 through 3s or the map 1s, 2s, 3s, etc. individually, then that's for you. If you're someone who just likes map 1 through 3s, you just want high impact, high engagement, high kill players, you can sort by impact rating as well. That's my favorite thing that Turnt has added to the site. As you guys can see, the impact rating, here are the metrics for it. So KD, obviously you can sort by, you can also sort by, well, you can't sort by team, but you see the team. So if you want to see the players with the highest KD, sorry, my mouse is stuck, then you can sort by that. So that's how I choose the best players in the game. Shout out to my friend who asked me about that. You could also check out maps lost despite positive KD. That's another cool feature. Maps won despite a negative KD, round 11s. Yeah. So Hall of Fame performances. I mean, Turnt just has it all. That's why he's my guy. And yeah, just check out the site, man. I mean, it just makes you smile when you see things like this. This is just the best operalization of data possible for Call of Duty. So yeah, check out COD Stats. This is my homie site. And yeah, please go show him some love. Best hidden gem in our space. Now, let's get down to brass tacks, ladies and gents. We, of course, saw a Pro-Am in 2022, which means who was there? Ian Crimsix Portier. Okay, Porter was there. Porter was there. As you guys can see, Porter won that bid. He beat Draza, Ken, Octane, and Envoy. We miss you, Kenny. We miss you, Octane. So yeah, that's the Pro-Am from 2022. We obviously had 8 Pro teams, 4 Challengers teams. Scrap was on this team, I think, right? Was Scrap on this team? Hixie, Mohawk, Scrap, Vico. Look at that. Vico and Scrap on the same team is crazy. Denza, Maple, Wardy, Wee Man. Let's see if there's any other names. Beans. This is where we first heard about Beans years ago. Everyone's like, this Beans guy is good with the sniper. Gunsy, Fire, Ramby, and Silly. Interesting. Silly was still playing. Palmer was still playing. Damn. All right, let's see who's on these teams, y'all. This is kind of I know I'm getting distracted, but Bance, Cammy, Kleenex, Insight. What a throwback, bro. Accuracy, Max, Civ, Pred. Damn. Temp, John, Gravity, Jimbo! Jimbo! No way, we got Jimbo. Shotzi, Scump, Dashy, and Illy with General as the sub. Holy shit. Hydra, Crim, Paul, Kiz. Damn, that's a throwback. Shout out to Bulldog, shout out Paul. Obviously, shout out Paco, right? Rocker, Attach, Priestess, Standy, Havoc. Shout out Cult Havoc, the ranked demon. Born the same year as me, let's go. And then you got LA Thieves, Draws, Kenny, Octane, Envoy. Of course, world champs from that year. Slash, Asim, Hook, and Spart. This is a good team. This is the Major 2 Gorillas team, right? Slasher, Asim, Hook, Spart. Royal Ravens, they tried to get that. They tried to heat that shit up multiple times throughout that year. That shit was funny. London Royal Ravens, of course, had Afro, my guy, Nasty, Zero, and that boy Harry. Sheesh. Shout out to Harry. He's still playing in Challengers. Hope he gets back up one day. He was nice. Then on the Florida Mutineers, you, of course, had Caesars, guys. Big Wake. Dave Patty. Dave freaking Patty, the GOAT, man. The #1 OpTic hater at that point in time. He was like the Patrick Price of that year. And then you, of course, had Reese Vivid, right? Breach, Methods, Tej, Nero, and Big Cap. And then FaZe. Oh, man. Pain. Beezy, Cell, Simp, and Arcides. Oh, no, bro. So, yeah. Nobody from the Challenger side made it through to the bracket. So, yeah, I expect that to be the case here, right? I expect pro teams to make it through. You have 3 pro teams, 1 amateur team. I think it'll be more of the same. But I just want to show you guys the format before we get into the current Pro-Am, so you guys have kind of a agenda that's set, right? So these are the rosters. You guys, of course, most of you know the current rosters. If you're someone who isn't familiar with COD, World Champs, OpTic Texas, Toronto Koi, solid mid-pack. I would say like A-tier team. They're on the precipice of becoming a top-tier team. LA Thieves just won the most recent minor tournament, so we have minors in COD now, similar to how CS has them. LA Thieves just won the most recent one. FaZe Vegas, they won the most recent major, with that being Major 2. Riyadh Falcons, another middling contender team. Slightly leaning towards B plus sometimes, but definitely an A-tier team. Gentlemates, the winners of Major 1, solidly an A-tier team at the moment. Carolina Royal Ravens, solidly a B plus tier team, could jump to A with a good performance this weekend. G2 Minnesota, I would say a B-tier team, but they've been absolutely showcasing that they should be an A-tier team if they play to their potential. Vancouver Surge, I'm going to say they're a D-tier team. If you guys missed my last video where I did a tier list, then yeah, you know what I think about Surge. Heretics, another A-tier team. They are on the precipice of breaking out, becoming a top-tier team, S-tier team, whatever you want to call them. They just made the finals of Minor 1 where they played the LA Thieves. Boston Breach, D-tier. Cloud9, F-tier. So, our challengers teams are the Huntsmen, this being, of course, OpTic's former team. If you guys don't know, if you aren't OG CDL viewers, year 1 for the CDL, Hector was not able to retain the rights to OpTic. He sold it to Immortals, who wanted the spot for League of Legends. Not going to be a long thing. And he made Huntsman, which was a auxiliary brand that was meant to be spun out of OpTic. Then he partnered with Andy from San Francisco Shock and Energy. They made Huntsman, and then he was able to buy OpTic back. OpTic became OpTic Chicago. OpTic Chicago later merged with Dallas Empire in 2021, became OpTic Texas, and here we are now. So, the Huntsman sister team, they became Challengers team this year. Renegade came from Halo. He is one of my favorite Halo players. He's the best player in Halo Infinite. He was ranked the best player in Halo Infinite just concurrently. So, I mean, you could argue he's the best Halo player in the world over the last 5 years. I mean, I probably would, right? As someone who watched every HCS tournament from the start of Infinite, Renegade and Lucid 1A and 1B, but Renegade 1A way longer than Lucid was 1B. Brack, happy to see him back. If you guys know, I've been a fan of Brack on the channel since Black Ops 4, so yeah, love Brack. Johnny, another guy, big fan of. If you know, if you've been in the channel for a while, which I don't think anyone on this planet has, big Vegas Legion fan, and Johnny was our star, along with Attach. Swoot, he came from Fortnite. He played on the Stallions for Zuma for a while, and then he came over to the Huntsman recently to play with Renegade and them. So OMiT, of course, you have Aspect, DK, Ethan, Denza, and Bance, and Hixie as coaches. Wow. So yeah, interesting roster. This team has been tearing it up, so I expect them to do pretty decent. If they can upset a team like, let's say, Breach, Cloud9, something like that, I think it can be interesting. P7 Notorious, you got Beans, Diamond, Eric Boom, and Snoop. Now this team I expect to make some noise. Eric Boom, Demon, Snoopy, Demon, Diamond Con, Demon, Beans, Fake Demon. But for 3 demons, 1 fake demon, enough to be a middling pro team, especially if they're near C9. Now, Rock Esports, they are definitely one of the favorite teams to make it out this bracket. I've been hearing a hell of a lot about this MENA team. They are the only all-Saudi team in Challengers that has made it this far, so I think Rock can definitely make some noise. Now, do I think any of these teams make some noise is the real question, ladies and gentlemen. So, our first Pro-Am matchup, I'm going to say I don't have any amateur teams making it through, just because of who they have to play. So, we see OpTic taking on OMiT. I expect that to be a 3-0. You see P7 is taking on LA Thieves. I expect that to be at least a 3-1. I mean, P7 is full of former pro players, right? DiamondCon was in the league for years, so was Beans. Snoopy was on Boston for a long fucking time, and Eric Boom has been in the league in different capacities. Not long, but he's been there. And then Vegas taking on Rock. That should be a pretty tight one. I feel like FaZe definitely take it, especially in Atlanta, but I feel like Rock is a much better team than their Challengers title suggests, right? And then we have Koi taking on Huntsman. The thing is, the Challengers teams are going up against the 4 possibly worst teams that they could have. I mean, the only team that you would think is probably a worse matchup for these guys than Koi would have to be Miami or Paris, right? So, yeah, I mean, the big 4, in terms of branding for sure, definitely filled this out. Yeah, so I don't see any of the amateur teams getting through. So that means we have OpTic taking on, in my mind, G2. See OpTic winning that, qualifying and go through. I think G2. I think Vancouver probably beats OMiT. Yeah, Vancouver beats OMiT. So that would mean that it's Vancouver versus G2. I think G2 makes it through. LA Thieves take on P7. LA Thieves win. Paris beat Boston. I think that Boston loses to P7. I think Snoopy gets his revenge. I think it's going to be absolutely delicious. And then I think that Mates versus Thieves. I'm gonna say Thieves. Thieves have made recent improvements. Probably all comes down to an exposure overload. I'm gonna say Thieves take that. The hard points I feel are even. Their map pool is basically a Venn diagram. Colossus, like Gridlock. Not really a lot of choices for them, so I feel it's going to be a bang out. Definitely see Sake coming in, and I think LA Thieves take this. So I'm going to say Thieves make it through in the first qualification match, and then I think that the Mates make it through in the second one. I think FaZe take down Rock. I think Riyadh take down C9. I think FaZe take down Riyadh, and then I think Rock takes down C9. I think Riyadh takes down Rock. I think it's Riyadh on Riyadh violence. Riyadh taking down their sister team Rock, and I think that's that. I think Koi take down Huntsman. I think Carolina lose to Miami, even though it should be kind of close. And then we have, I think that Miami beats Carolina here, obviously. And then I think that Carolina beats Huntsman. And then I think that Miami qualifies over Carolina. So I think Miami makes it through the bracket. I think Texas obviously beats OMiT. I think G2 beats Vancouver, as I said before. I think G2 makes it through. OpTic makes it through. And then in the bracket, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Um, I'm just gonna have a big four that I have making it through. I'm gonna say OpTic. Who's been playing well recently? We'll say OpTic. I'm gonna say FaZe Vegas. Obviously, that's a safe one. I'm not gonna throw Miami in there just because Miami, like, they've been disappointing the hell up out of me, man. We'll say OpTic, FaZe, LA Thieves, and who's been on a tear lately? We're going to go with the Miami Heretics. I think Miami makes it out of this Koi side. I do. I think they're going to be looking for revenge. I know I've taken them every event this year, guys, but I think they finally get it done this time. I think they make it to the top four. Now, in the winners finals, I think it's probably somehow, some way going to be OpTic versus FaZe. I think LA Thieves. And yeah, I wish I could do a bracket, but yeah, I'm just going to say my winner is FaZe over OpTic in the grand finals, and we're going to leave it at that. I think there's some interesting matches. I'm going to make live calls because I can't, like, there's no pick'ems. Like, what are we doing? I mean, so yeah. That'll also wrap it up for me, guys. I guess this is so scuffed, this ending. I'm really sorry. But yeah, I mean, there's no bracket for me to make, so I don't even know who would slot into these different things. So yeah, I think FaZe win this. I mean, it's Atlanta, right? We like know that FaZe obviously started in Atlanta. They need to go back to Atlanta. Why the fuck are they in Vegas? Anyways, catch you guys on the next one. Hope you have a great morning, noon, or night, like I always say on these videos. And I will see you tomorrow for highlights and maybe a stream on this channel. Who knows? But yeah, catch you guys then. If you miss any of the matches, be sure to stay tuned here for highlights. And yeah, see you guys then. Once again, this is Fake Search Expectation. However, flip you on the webs, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.